so we're back, and I've got fewer phones open now that I've restored. So now let's go for the rest of the enterprise features. All right, so part of what we want to talk about here is, let's actually go over to the CUCM SRND, where it talks about, go to the table of contents here, where it talks about enterprise feature access, and specifically here we go. Enterprise feature access with two-stage dialing functionality. Now, we already talked about this is like mobile voice access, but unlike mobile voice access, enterprise feature access requires all two-stage dialing must originate from a phone that's been configured as a remote destination. There is no provision for the mobility user to identify themselves, and there's also, because there's no IVR. Okay? But let's scroll down in the SRND, take a look. Specifically, may have gone too far. Yep, I've gone too far. So let's go back up a little bit. Go back up to the beginning of unified mobility. Here we go. Down until we find functionality, desk phone pickup, remote desk phone pickup, or remote destination pickup. Here we go, mid-call features. Mid-call features, such as, if we scroll down a little bit more, now these are smartphone mid-call features, so we're not going to look at these. We're going to scroll down a little bit more. These are continued. We're going to specifically look at manual mid-call feature key sequence. Okay, so if we take a look at these, we should have the ability to press *8(1), go on hold, *8(2) for exclusive hold, and then *8(3) for resume, and then we'll take a look at the differences in transfer, directed call, and conference in a little bit. Now, first of all, where to find these, or where to change them, would be in CUCM service parameters. We already saw them earlier, but we kind of went past them quickly. I mentioned that we'd come back to them. Scroll down to the bottom and then slightly up. Here are all of our enterprise feature access code for hold, exclusive hold, resume, transfer, conference, and then there's smartphone mobile interdigit timeout and non-smart mobile interdigit timeout. Okay, so half of a second for smartphones and 2 seconds or 2,000 milliseconds for non-smartphones, with the maximum for this field being 4,000. Click on the header to find that in the context-sensitive help. So we can change these, but we weren't given any instruction to change them, just to make them work. Now, currently, enterprise feature access is set to false. So do we need to set it to true to make this work? Well, I don't know. Let's try. Let's bring up our phones. And let's try to, and again, we're not going to use the soft client, but you'll see me go off hook on the soft client on my manual, just because of the DTMF issue. So on my physical desk phone, I'm going to go off hook on Hurley's mobile. And, well, actually, rather than that, let me just have Eloise call out to Hurley's mobile, but I'm going to have her call the desk phone, of course. Now it's ringing in both locations. I'm going to answer, on my hard PSTN phone. Okay, and go to mute. So you can see that I'm on that line. Hugo shows that he's offline on 1, so he's not idle, but we can't see who he's talking to because of privacy. So we're talking to Hugo, and I want to be able to, from my PSTN phone, issue *81 to put branch 1, phone 1, 2001 on hold, and be able to hear music on hold. So I'm going to issue *81. And nothing happens. *82. In fact, the most that we hear is actually the DTMF tones, if anything. So, call, and we're going to go back and enable enterprise feature access. Save this. Whoops, looks like I left it at false accidentally. Accidentally dropped the drop down, but still clicked false before I hit save, so I'll have to do it again. Down, choose true, and save. And the reason I wanted to show this was specifically that we've talked about how, open this in a new tab, we've talked about how we were not configuring the enterprise feature access directory number, and we really weren't needing to use it per se in terms of enterprise feature access for two-stage dialing or because it's for the Unified Mobility Client. But we do still have to enable it in service parameters in order to get the mid-call features. Mid-call features show up as a subset of enterprise feature access, even if we're not configuring the DN, the directory number, the DID for this. Okay, so the DID would be used if we wanted smartphones to call in, but we still need to enable the service parameter in order for it to work. And what we're going to do, in fact, if we go back over to Cisco's SRND, for certain things that we're going to do, like transfer, it's going to tell us to issue *84 is the code, but the manual key sequence is that we issue *82 to do an exclusive hold, and we do have to do that so that the system knows that nobody else could have resumed the call. We make a new call, and it tells us to the enterprise feature access DID. Now, this is actually incorrect. If we're doing it through the smartphone, the previous menu, then it does call the enterprise feature access DID. But if we're doing it through the manual mid-call feature, we actually put our phone on hold. So if this was a cell phone, we would put it on hold from our cell phone, and then we would make a brand new call to the mobile voice access DID, and then on connect, of course, we would authenticate with hash, and it tells us to do *84, but this, so then we would do *84 hash, and then where we want to transfer the number 2, and then hash, and it's actually going to disconnect, as we're going to see here in a moment, both call legs from the PSTN, because we will have made one call in, well, maybe one call in through mobile voice access or mobile connect, took care of calling us, so it came out, or whatever. It's going to disconnect both call legs, and then we made the second mobile voice access call in to perform the transfer. It's going to disconnect both call legs and loop that third party. In this case, it's going to be branch 1, phone 1, or 2001, to whomever we transfer the call to. Okay? So the actual documentation, and I checked this even in the latest 8 SRND, and it still says make a new call to the enterprise feature access DID when, in fact, we're not configuring anything for this enterprise feature access DID. And instead, what we are doing is we're just going to make a second call or a new call to the mobile voice access DID. Okay, so we enabled But again, we still do need to enable enterprise feature access from service parameters. Okay, so let's try our call. Clear out our scroll back buffers for any calls. And let's try, oops. Okay, there we go. So that we can see the debugs behind. And let's call in. And we're going to call in to the branch 1 gateway from our PSTN phone hardware. Let's call in from Hurley's home, let's say.
Welcome to Cisco Unified Communications.
So here's our first call leg.
Followed by the pound key. Press star pound.
Authenticate.
To make a call, press 1.
We're going to call.
Enter the number you wish to call, followed by the pound key.
We're going to call over to Eloise at 2001. The call's going to ring on her line, and we're going to go ahead and answer it. And now that we've answered it, we see nothing on branch 2, nothing on corporate headquarters, but we've got one call leg on branch 1. So actually, let's do show voice call status to see that we've got one call up, inbound on dial peer 200, outbound on 201, one active call found. Okay? Now, we're going to go back to our phones, and other than noting that it's already on this phone, I'm going to be doing everything on the hardware phone, so we're going to issue a star 8, was it star 8-1 to hold? Yeah, star 8-1 to hold. And nothing changes on Eloise's phone. It doesn't look any different. Neither does the phone, neither does my hardware PSTN phone, because I haven't pressed hold on my hardware phone, which is representing my mobile or my home or whatever. I just issued star 8-1. Now note that Hugo's phone still shows idle, and it still shows remote in use. I would be able to resume that call if in service parameters back from Module 5 we hadn't chosen exclusive hold for any privacy on and normal hold, and we had. So if I did this with Sawyer, and actually let's do that real quick. Let's just hang this whole call up. We'll come right back to this very same call. But if I had called in through Sawyer's mobile,
Welcome to make a call, press 1. To enter the number.
okay, so the call is from James Ford phone over to Eloise phone. Answer it and go to mute. So we're off hook on Sawyer's mobile. Shared line, I'm still not sure why it specifically it's not showing up online. They are in the hardware phone. And I'm now going to do a star 8-1 from the hardware PSTN phone. And we see on James's desk phone that it shows that it's held, and we can resume it right from here. So we've resumed the call. We've got audio, except that I don't want the feedback. There we go. Turn it mute. Okay. And it's cleared from the PSTN phone because we resumed it. So it was not an exclusive hold. So again, the only reason that I'm going to go ahead and hang it up, the only reason that the call from Hurley's home or mobile was not able to be resumed was because of our service parameter that's exclusive hold for normal hold if privacy is enabled, and we did enable privacy on the remote destination profile. So we'll do this again for Sawyer's Mobile, but we'll do exclusive hold.
To make a call.
Okay, it's ringing again. We'll answer it. And we see on James's phone that we've got a call active. We're talking from the PSTN over to Eloise at 2001, but now we're going to put the call on exclusive hold with a *82 at the PSTN. We hear the music on hold on 2001, but we don't see the ability to resume that call on James's phone. Okay? Now we could do a remote in use, C-barge, something like that, but that's not going to, I mean, we could barge in, but we're just talking about we have the ability to do an exclusive hold. It's not allowed to be resumed. We could C-barge, but not resume. Okay. So in other words, if we resumed, or sorry, did a C-barge from his desk phone, the call would still actually be on hold from his PSTN remote device. So now we're just going to do a *83 to resume from the PSTN phone. Oops, I pressed *86. *83. Okay, and now we've resumed, and go mute. We've resumed the call, and we're still talking from his mobile. So I'm going to hang up, and I'm going to try it again, everything again. Now I'm hung up, but now it's on temporary 10-second hold, just like it would be for remote destination hang up, and now the call is cleared. Okay, so now I'm going to do it from Hurley's mobile.
Welcome. To make a call, enter the number.
I think I pressed 2801 that time. Let's try that again.
Welcome. Enter the number.
Okay, so we've answered the call on 2001 from Hurley's mobile. And now, let's just clear this off and do a show voice call status. We've got one active call found, right? So now we're going to try out the transfer feature. Okay, so we're going to do a *82 on the PSTN phone. So I'll press *82. We've got exclusive hold going on. Got music on hold. Now I'm going to make a new call. So on the PSTN phone, I'm going to press hold. And then I'm going to make a new call to the same mobile voice access DID.
Welcome to Cisco
Authenticate.
To make a call.
Make a new call. And I'm on Hurley's mobile, so I'm going to call James to do a transfer. You know what? Actually, I just goofed that up because I think I hit 1 already to make a new call, and that's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's try this again. So I'm still on hold on the PSTN call that we can see here. Now I'm going to do a new call to Mobile Voice Access DID.
Welcome to Cisco Unified Communications.
Authenticate.
To make a call, press 1. To turn on
And now I'm going to press *84.
Unified Mobility.
Oops, sorry. Okay. This is actually a little bit incorrect, even more. I started to say that, but I got sidetracked. So on the connect to the new Mobile Voice Access DID, we have to enter our PIN, but then we actually have to press 1 to make a new call, make the new call, and then once that's connected, then press *84 to transfer. So let's try this again.
Welcome to Cisco Unified Communications.
Authenticate.
To make a call, press 1.
We'll make our new call.
You wish to call, followed by the # key.
we'll call over to James. And then once he answers, now do a show voice call status. We've got 2 active calls. Okay? And now we're going to do star 84. And notice 2 releases, 2 release complete. Show voice call status on branch 1 shows no active calls found, but James is now talking directly to Eloise. So the Cisco documentation, unfortunately, I hate to say, is a little bit wrong when it comes to how to actually make this. So let's revise it. Let's put our own in here, and we'll put this in the saved documents. So to make a mobile voice access, mid-call features, proper operation. So all of this is right. Those 3 are right. Okay, but what we want to look at is transfer, where it states for transfer, we want to enter 82, so actually we should first be connected to existing call. That kind of might go without saying. Let's just make sure that goes without saying. That's fine. So star 82 exclusive hold. Next one is make a new call, not to the enterprise feature access at ID. Actually, I should say step 2 is really to put the issue a hold for your physical PSTN phone. Then step 3 is to make a new call to the mobile voice access DID. Step 4 is to authenticate. 5, or actually let's just do like they do, PIN number, hash. Fifth step is to press 1 to make a new call. Sixth step is to enter your desired phone number. Actually, I should say, let's do enter target DN, transfer target or DN, and then hash. And then 7 is upon connect, star 84. Okay, so that's how transfer works. Conference is actually going to be fairly similar. Issue star 85, directed call park as well. Star 85, sorry, still star 82 for exclusive hold. Then we'll make a new call, issue a physical hold, make a new call to the mobile voice access DID, authenticate, press 1 to make the new call, and then enter the conference target or DN number and press hash, and then upon connect hit *85. And something very similar for directed call park. To exclusive hold, issue a physical hold, make a new call, authenticate, and then we're going to press 1, and the new call that we're going to transfer to, or the new call target, is going to be our actual directed call park number. And then we'll do a *84 to transfer, just like you would, would work with a normal transfer to a directed call park in an internal phone. So let's save this as place, proper operation for mid-call features, and that will of course be in our handouts for the voice class. So bring that back up. This, clear out our buffer, and try this call again. This time we're going to do a conference. Well, actually, these two are still connected, so let's go ahead and hang up one of these. Okay, so the call's cleared. Now we're going to do a conference. So I'm going to have Sawyer's Mobile call in to the mobile voice access DID and authenticate.
To make a call, press 1. To turn on, enter the number you wish to call, followed by the pound.
So this is Sawyer's Mobile. Let's call up to Eloise again. And let's answer the call on her mobile phone. Press mute. So we're on the call. Now I'm going to press *82 to exclusive hold. Actually, before I do this, let's just verify. We've only got one call currently. Let's do a *82. We hear music on hold, but we're still active on our phone. Now we're going to hold on our physical PSTN phone. And we're going to resume, or not resume, but do a new call. And the new call is going to be again to the mobile voice access DID.
Cisco Unified Communications.
And we're going to authenticate.
By mobility, press 2.
Press 1 to make a call.
To call, followed by the pound key.
And we're going to call over to, let's say, Hugo. We're going to conference him in. We'll answer on Hugo's phone and then go to mute. Okay, so again, looking at our gateway, we've now got 2 active calls, 2 of them both in from the same mobile line, Sawyer's mobile line, and into the 2 different, into mobile voice access, and having it then call each of these. So both calls are coming in dial peer 200 and going out 201 to mobile voice access. And now I'm going to issue *8, I believe it was 5. Yeah, *85 for the conference on the PSTN phone. And now, note what happened. It released one of my calls, but the other one is still active, my original one, actually. I know that it's my original call because of the caller, the call ID, not the caller ID, but how the router sees it. So I've got O by 2EF and O by 2EF. It released the O by 2 F3. I've still got the one call, but my PSTN phone is still on hold because the original call was on hold. So now I have to take it off hold. I'm sorry, it's still on physical hold because the first call was on physical hold. The music you're hearing is actually CME music. I'm going to resume here. And now when I resume, and I'm going to go mute, hopefully you heard the feedback, but now I've actually got a three-way conference going on. So we see James Ford, his remote phone is in a conference. These two are conferenced together. I could take either one of these off mute, and we would immediately hear feedback. I'll put it back on. We could take this phone off mute, and I'd hear feedback. Here it is. I could take the PSTN phone off mute and hear feedback. Check. Okay, so we can clearly hear that we've got a three-way conference going on. So the mid-call features do work, just not in the way Cisco says that they should work. And while you have to enable enterprise up on one, but it's got the conference is still going. It's just still going temporarily to the desk phone, 10 seconds, and then it clears. But if I would have resumed it, I would have resumed into the conference, actually. So I could start a conference while I'm on the road. Maybe someone calls me. Let's try that. So Eloise, 2001, is going to call 1002. It'll ring both Hurley's desk and the PSTN phone. We'll answer from the PSTN phone, go to mute, and then we will start a conference by *82. Now we'll call in. So right now, there's no active calls found because the call went out corporate headquarter. So show voice call status. The call is active out the headquarter gateway. There are no active calls. In fact, I'll just clear this buffer out the branch 1. In fact, let me clear both these buffers. We've got one active call in corporate headquarters, none on branch 1, none on branch 2. So now, from the PSTN phone, I'm going to call in. I'm going to put it on hold, and I'm going to call in. Actually, let me resume. *83. I don't remember if I did *82 or *81. *82 for exclusive hold. I'm going to physically hold on the PSTN phone, make a new call.
Welcome.
So now, we've got, well, it's actually in mobile voice access.
To make a call, press 1. Enter the number you wish to call.
And I'm going to call out to the PSTN. So I'm going to call maybe over to, I can do this because I've got two PSTN phones. I'm going to call to 9206-501. Actually, that's going to go out the headquarter. I'm going to hang that call up and start that again because I want it to go out branch 3. So redial the mobile voice access.
Welcome.
Authenticate.
To make a
Press 1 to dial.
you wish to call,
I'm going to dial international 9011 3120-703-7333 hash. I'm going to answer that here. Okay, so now I've answered the call. If we take a look here, I've got one active call on corporate headquarters. That was out through Mobile Connect. Then I've got one active call on branch 1. That's because of mobile voice access has connected me over to one active call on branch 2, which is the which is out via THO out to the PSTN to the Amsterdam line. So now what I'm going to do is from my physical PSTN phone, hit *84 to transfer, and you're going to see this middle call drop right out. Or actually, you know what? Rather than do that, let's do a conference so the call stays active. Now let's do a conference. So I'm going to do *85. Okay, now I'm going to resume. Okay, so now we see that this call disconnected. So if we do show voice call status, no active calls are found on branch 1. There is still an active call on corporate headquarters. That was the original call from 2001 to 1002. Mobile Connect rang my PSTN phone. I answered it on my PSTN phone. Ignore this little thing. I'm not sure what this is. Hadn't told it to go away. Okay, so that's the active call here on corporate headquarters. Router 2, branch 1, did have an active call when I called back into mobile voice access to call out to router 3 to Amsterdam to a international number. But as soon as I did the conference, there are now no longer any active calls. It hung up that second call leg because it already has control of me, CUCM does, through the first call leg. The third call leg is active out to the second PSTN phone here. And I do have a three-way conference going on between my physical PSTN phone. If I take off mute, you'll hear the audio. So testing there. Okay, put that back on. My software PSTN phone, which is representing my, so my hardware is representing my Hurley's mobile. The software is representing a Amsterdam local number or international. How it was dialed, even though it was THO. Testing there. Okay, so we've got feedback. And then there's the conference going on to the 2001. So testing there. Got the audio and RTP. So there is two PSTN call legs, one out router 1, one out router 3. The call was not originally set up through mobile voice access. It was originally set up, CUCM set it up outbound to Mobile Connect. I still am able to call in through mobile voice access and use my mid-call features. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and hang up, disconnect all the call legs. The only thing I'm going to do at this point, clear my buffers, and the only thing we have left to show or test is our directed call park. So let's, they should be able to park it at a specific range of 56XX. And if we take a look at CUCM, log in here, logged out a little too long. Go to our call routing and directed call park. From our Module 5 call features deep dive, we already have one, a call park range set up at 56XX with a retrieval of *88. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let's say, have Eloise call out to 1002 again. Call's going out through the headquarter gateway. We're answering it on our hardware PSTN phone, on our Hurley's mobile line. We're now going to press *82 on the physical phone. Music on hold is heard on 2001. We're going to put the physical PSTN phone on hold, do a new call to the mobile voice access number, authenticate.
To make a call,
We're going to make a call to 5601, and then we're going to issue a *84. And it doesn't actually look like *84 wants to work with the manual mode. Try this again. Okay, well, it looks like directed call park is not going to work in that manner. So, it looks like directed call park is something we're not able to do with this particular method. We would have to use, let me go back to the Cisco document here, we would have to use the enterprise feature access DID to get Mobile Call Park to work. But again, unless we have a mobility advantage server, we're not going to be able to get that enterprise feature access DID to work, at least in 701. So now if we did have a mobility advantage server and we could use enterprise feature, I should say then we could use enterprise feature access DID, and we'd be able to call it manually, we just wouldn't get any prompts. So we would connect, and then we would simply enter all of the GTMF characters directly. And the reason directed call park isn't working is that if you think about it, if we were to make a regular call from a regular phone to a directed call park number, it wouldn't work properly. What we'd have to do is actually transfer a call to that directed call park number. So for whatever reason, we weren't able to do that from the mobile voice access. We would from enterprise feature access if we had a mobility advantage server. So I'll actually take that line out of this particular bit. But again, Cisco documentation, at least as far as 701 goes, isn't entirely up to par when it comes to how to do the manual mid-call features. We do have to enable the service parameter for enterprise feature access. We do not have to configure a DID for it. Instead, what we do have to do is follow the alternate sequence that we mentioned here. And I'll just take that. So that takes care of the ability to do mid-call features.